Whether it was Lily Munster, Sephora from the Ten Commandments, or Aunt Rosa from the 1991 film Oscar, the talent behind these great characters was Yvonne De Carlo. While we remember her for the fascinating characters she played and her earlier career as a dancer, she had to struggle to get to that point. Join Facts First to learn about Yvonne De Carlo's incredible life and legacy and the tragic accident that stopped her career. Margaret Yvonne Middleton was born September 1, 1922 in Vancouver, Canada. Her mother was Marie De Carlo and her father was William Middleton. Her parents' marriage was troubled and William eventually left Marie to raise little Margaret on her own. Marie De Carlo enrolled Margaret into dance classes at a young age. Marie loved show business and even gave Margaret the nickname Peggy after the child actress Baby Peggy. Margaret's childhood wasn't the easiest. She and her mother moved from one apartment to the next and lived off her mother's small salary from various odd jobs. In her spare time, Margaret took her dance classes seriously, hoping to earn a living from it when she grew up. She also decided to take up writing. She won a prize for publishing a poem called A Little Boy in the Vancouver Sun. She also joined her church's choir to improve her singing skills. Margaret later became interested in modeling, and this eventually led into acting. Beginning in the early 40s, she began traveling to the U.S., where she eventually settled. She pursued a career in Hollywood, hoping to find work as a dancer in the ever-popular musicals that dominated the industry at the time. In 1940, she won second place at the Miss Venice Beauty Contest. After winning this competition, she was approached by a talent agent who recommended she audition for a chorus girl at the Earl Carroll Theater. She went for the audition but declined to pursue it further after she was told her midriff would have to be examined first. Naturally, she wanted to be known for her talents and not just her beauty. But she soon met showbiz entrepreneur Nils Granlund, who helped her find work as a dancer in nightclubs and stage shows. She was getting regular work as a dancer and earning a decent amount of money. But her ambitions were even higher than this. She wanted to become an actress. Hollywood was beckoning, and she was determined to become a star. Before we tell you more about Yvonne De Carlo's life and career, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Early career. As she was becoming a popular dancer, Margaret decided to adopt a professional name. She used her middle name and her mother's maiden name to transform into Yvonne De Carlo. She began her film career in 1941, where she had an uncredited role as a bathing girl in Harvard Here I Come. This was followed by a slew of roles where she appeared as an extra or in a dancing role in feature films. These roles often went uncredited, and at times her scenes were even deleted from the final film. Her first major role was in the 1943 film The Deerslayer. She played Princess Wata in this film, alongside stars Bruce Kellogg, Gene Parker, and Larry Parks. She got a lot of attention in this ensemble, and the offers to appear in more films began pouring in. She later gained prominence with the lead role in the film Salome, released in 1945. As the 1940s progressed, Yvonne De Carlo became a hugely successful actress. Not only was she becoming a recognized talent, but her beauty was unparalleled. Her notable roles in the 50s included works in films such as The San Francisco Story, Scarlet Angel, Fort Algiers, The Contessa's Secret, and The Ten Commandments. Her film career continued well into the 1960s. While film was the main focus of her career, she also had a few notable TV appearances. One of them was a 1959 episode of Bonanza called A Rose for Lotta. She played the wealthy lady Loretta Crabtree. She was a huge star by this point, so it was a big deal for the Bonanza cast to work alongside her. In the early 60s, she had a major role in the Western film McClintock alongside John Wayne. Meet Lily Munster. While the 60s may have seemed like it would be a continuation of Yvonne's great career, the decade started on a low note for her. Her husband, Bob Morgan, a stuntman, was severely injured performing a stunt for the film How the West Was Won. He was crushed by falling logs from flat cars. This left him permanently disabled and caused Yvonne to become the breadwinner for the family. She and her husband had a troubled relationship following his accident, and they divorced in the early 70s, though their marriage was strained throughout the 60s. Yvonne's life was strained, and now in her 40s, she wasn't getting the same level of film offers as before. But that changed when she was offered the role of a lifetime. While she had some experience in television, it wasn't the medium that best exploited her talents. That is, until she was offered the role as Lily Munster in The Munsters. She played the matriarch of the Munster family, a seemingly ordinary family that looked like some of the most famous horror characters in history. The TV show made Yvonne De Carlo a TV star and introduced her to a new legion of fans. For many, this is the role that defined her career and permanently solidified her fame. She was grateful for her role in the show as it revived her career. The show only ran for 2 years and a total of 71 episodes, but it became one of the most popular TV sitcoms of all time. Yvonne often discussed the show in her interviews and would make guest appearances at conventions to meet fans. During the early part of her career, she was the beauty, often dubbed as the most beautiful girl in the world, who fans loved watching on screen. In the second half of her career, she became perfect for playing mothers and aunts and was still just as adored. Yvonne's later career and tragic accident. For the later years in her career, Yvonne De Carlo continued to appear in films, TV shows, and even the occasional stage appearance. She was clearly one of the most respected actresses of her generation, and had a reputation of being a joy to work with. She was one of the few actresses who managed to appeal to a variety of generations. For older audiences, she was one of the greatest starlets of the 40s and the 50s. For a younger generation, she was one of the best TV moms of all time. She was known for her incredible acting, beauty, dancing and singing skills, and generosity. The last years of her life weren't the easiest. Her son Michael died at age 39, and this tragic accident caused her to have a stroke. She retired from acting in 1995, with her final role being the TV movie The Barefoot Executive. She also appeared in the film Flesh and Bullets, which still hasn't been released. She died January 8, 2007 at age 84 in Los Angeles. She lived a difficult but wonderful life. She was once asked in an interview about her thoughts about the women's liberation movement. She stated she preferred the man to be in charge and the women to serve him as long as he cared for the woman's needs. During the interview, she discussed how she had to work to look after others and wanted to be looked after herself. Behind her success was a difficult life from childhood to death, but her story, though it had its tragedies, is ultimately one of triumph. Now it's time to hear from you. What was your favorite role Yvonne De Carlo ever played? Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.